Well, thanks for being here. Hopefully we can share something that will have meaning in your life. I'd like to take just a minute and acknowledge all of those people who are behind the scenes that put this summit on. It's an amazing event. I think we need to give them a big round of applause. I was talking to some of them backstage, and they're just great people. They just want to see things happen here. So today, what I'd like to do, how would you feel if I gave you one concept today that you would take home that you will never forget? Starting tomorrow, you'll never forget this concept. How many of you would agree that you would like to have that happen? Raise your hands. I can promise you in just a few minutes you're going to have a concept that you'll never forget. So do me a favor now. All of you take out your phones. Everybody's got a phone, right? Take it out. And go to that little calculator part on your phone. You know where that is. Find the calculator. And I want you to enter your age into that calculator. Whatever your age is, I just want you to put that in there. We're all there? Now I want you to times that by 365. For some of you, that's a pretty big number. Holy cow, right? Okay, that's how many days you've been alive. Now my question is, out of that many days, how many days did you not get out of bed one time? You stayed in bed the entire day. Very few, right? Maybe one, maybe two, all right? Maybe three, if you're lucky. Now, take the same calculator and put 20 into your calculator and times that by 365. That's how many days you will live in the next 20 years. That's about 7,300 if my math is correct. Is that right? Okay. So we've already established the fact that you got out of bed, that first number, almost every day. So the odds of you getting out of bed the next 7,300 days are really, really good. Would you agree? Okay. So, my next question is this. How many of you use an alarm clock to wake up? Raise your hands. This is the part that's going to change your thinking, change your life. What we're going to do today is we're going to change the name of that device that wakes you up in the morning. We're not going to call it an alarm clock anymore. I'll tell you why. How many of you... how do you feel when you hear a fire alarm, or the burglar alarm, or the smoke alarm? What kind of emotion does that create in you? Fight or flight, negative, right? My question would be, why would you choose to wake up to an alarm clock every day for the next 7,300 days? What we're going to do is we're going to change what we name that device that wakes you up. And you can name it whatever you want as long as it's positive, all right? So in my family, at our home, we have changed the name of that alarm clock to an opportunity clock because it gives us the opportunity to get up and make today the greatest day of our lives. Now, on my way down here, I live in Richfield, and I brought my wife with me, and halfway down, she says, "Hey, I've changed the name of my clock." It made me a little nervous. And she said, "I've changed the name of my device that wakes me up to my gratitude clock." And I said, "Oh, okay, all right." And then she says, "Don't you want to know why?" And I said, "Well, I'm sure it's just because you're grateful that I'm in your life." And she says, "Well, sure, that's it." Right. But if you think about this and change the name of your clock, change the name of the device, you can use the same clock, you can use the same device, but from now on, you're no longer allowed to call it an alarm clock. Tonight when you go to bed, you're not going to set your alarm, you're going to set your opportunity clock or whatever you name it. And in the morning when it wakes you up, you're going to have a different feeling about that opportunity or that device that wakes you up. Now, when you wake up, this is what we do in my house. Immediately after I get off my knees, I stand up and I put my arms in the air as high as I can, and I say, "It's great to be alive." Now, we're going to try it. Okay? So all of you stand up. I know you've only been here a minute, but it's okay to stretch your legs. And I want everyone in Cedar City to hear this. So put your arms as high as you can. Now, doesn't that make you feel better? How many of you can frown when your arms are in the air like that? You can't do it, can you? So put your arms up, and on 3, we're going to raise the roof. On 3, we're going to say, "It's great to be alive," okay? 1, 2, 3. It's great to be alive. You know, that wasn't bad, but I think we can do better. Let's do it one more time, okay? On 3, it's great to be alive. Now, isn't that exciting? You can sit down. Now, wouldn't it be better for the next 7,300 days to wake up to an opportunity clock and stand up and say, "It's great to be alive"? Wouldn't that make your life have more meaning, more excitement, more determination, more energy? It does me. And I told you at the beginning that you will never forget this, because in the morning, you're going to remember this. I can promise you, you will. And for the next 7,300 days, you will. And in conclusion, I just want you to remember this one thing. There are 3 types of people in this world. There are those who make things happen. There are those who watch things happen. And there are those who wonder what happened. My question is which one are you? Be the person that makes things happen. Thanks for having me.